before any workout, it's important to start with warming up, and warm-ups should always be dynamic movements. That means that instead of stretching and holding, these are going to be stretching your muscles while moving them and warming them up at the same time. We're going to start with a quick jog. We've got 30 seconds on the clock, and we're just going to start to get our blood pumping, get things moving. This is just a chance to warm up. So whatever feels comfortable to you, maybe you're keeping the feet on the floor, and you're just moving back and forth. Maybe you're doing a little bit more faster of a jog. Maybe you're bringing your knees a little bit higher, or maybe you're kicking your knees back a little bit. We're just keeping that movement going. All right, now we're gonna stretch and reach, really just feeling that stretch on the side of your body. As you're reaching up nice and tall, really feeling that stretch along the side of your body. Reaching, warming up your shoulders, warming up your legs, warming up your whole body, maybe even a little bit of the sweat. The heart rate is pumping. Really just getting everything to start moving. Now we're gonna warm up those hips a little bit. We're gonna do some hip circles, opening up those hips. Use that arm. Anytime that you're warming up, what you're doing is just getting everything to start moving through your body. So warm up is always a moving exercise. If you feel a little bit of a need for a stretch of a certain area, it's good to stretch. We're just gonna keep that stretch moving. All right, so we're gonna do a stretch for a lunge, and we're going to go ahead and just stretch forward and back, feeling that hip flexor, keeping things nice and moving. This isn't a time to really push to the edge of your flexibility. It's just an opportunity to get everything warm. If you're feeling a little bit of trouble balancing, just take a wider stance. Make sure that your feet are wider apart. And then we're just gonna keep that moving on the other side. So you're feeling a nice stretch. You're feeling your legs using some muscle and warming up. And just getting everything moving. Okay, we're gonna bring those legs back together. We're gonna tap behind. Again, this isn't a long hold. This is just a quick tap. Maybe you're just touching your foot behind. Maybe you're just kicking your knee back. But what we're doing is we're trying to warm everything up. Get it all ready for our first movement. Today we're gonna be doing 3 movements. We've got our squat, our push-up, and our fly. And each of these are going to be combined with another movement so we can increase efficiency. As you're working out one muscle, you're going to feel that you're actually working out some others as well. All right, so we're going to get started on the squat. It's important to have the weight sitting back into your heels as you're doing the squat. Sometimes it's helpful to have a chair set behind you just so that you can remind yourself that it's okay to put that extra weight back in your heels. Your chest is up tall, your core is engaged, and you're going to sit back into your heels. You can put your arms out in front or your arms up over your head, or you can have your hands on your hips. So we're gonna do 10 squats, and I'm gonna let you choose where it feels comfortable for you to have your arms for this first round. So weight back in the heels, squeeze your butt at the top. Push your weight way down back in your heels, squeeze your butt at the top. You can feel not only your glutes working, but you can also feel that your core is really trying to keep that chest up nice and tall, and you've got some shoulder work here as well. So we're really being efficient with the movement that we're doing. All right, I lost count, so we're gonna do 3 more here and hope that we're right around that 10. Keeping that core engaged, glutes squeezed at the top. All right, we're gonna come down to the floor. We're gonna move into our push-up. So we are going to come down to our knees, and when we do a push-up, we are looking to have a nice straight line. Knees, hips, shoulders, all one straight line. So you start in this tabletop position, And then you're gonna move forward so that you've got a nice straight line for your hips. And then we're going to lower down and come back up, okay? This is one opportunity, this is one way to do a push-up. The other thing that you can do is if you have a chair or a bench out in front, that will help if it's really challenging to do the kneeling push-up to start. And then lastly, you can always do a wall push-up, or you can do push-ups using blocks that look something like this. All right, so following along, we're gonna do 10 push-ups here, knees, hips, shoulders, and all one straight line. Ready, and go. 1, 2, 3, keeping that core engaged. Nice and strong. I'm going at a little bit of a quicker pace. That's gonna help make it a little bit easier. If we wanna challenge this, you can slow the push-up down even more. And as you slow that push-up down, it's gonna feel like an even more challenging exercise. 2 more. All right. Now we're going to come up to standing, and this is where we're going to grab our light weights. So 1, 2, or 3 pounds is going to be a really good place to start for today. We're going to grab light weights. We're going to do a reverse fly. So feet are about hip width apart. We're going to sit back into our heels with a slight bend forward. And we're going to bring our arms up and out, keeping them straight, keeping that core engaged, and feeling those shoulder blades pinch together up at the top. We're gonna do 10 of these. This is 4, 5, really sucking that stomach in, 6, 7, squeeze those shoulder blades at the top, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, we're gonna bring those weights down. And now we're going to do another round of our sets of 10, but we're gonna add on to them this time. So last time we did our 10 squats. This time as we do our squats, we're gonna add in a crunch so we can bring some core work into it. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna sit back on our heels for our squat, and we're gonna crunch to the side. Back and crunch to the side. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 of these on each side. We've got 20 to do. It's really gonna bring our heart rate up. All right, getting ready, and go. Making sure to squeeze your butt, keep that core engaged, really feeling your legs working really hard right now, feeling your core working really hard. Make sure that you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Weight back in the heels. Nice work. All right, let's shake that out. Okay, so we added a little bit on to our squat exercise to bring some core work into it. We're gonna do the same with that push-up. Okay, getting ready for that push-up. We're going to push up, down, and reach forward. That's 1. Reach forward, down, reach forward, keeping that core really strong. Trying to keep those hips level. It's okay if you've got a little bit of a wobble. A really challenging exercise right here. A way to modify that is to just change the incline. So you can move to a bench, you can move to a wall. Really feeling that core work here, and it's helping to create some stability in your core and some strength in your core at the same time that you're using those chest muscles. All right, next exercise is a reverse fly where we grab the weights. This time we're going to add on to that to make that a little bit more challenging also. We're gonna feel some leg work as we're doing this, but you're also, again, gonna be adding in some more core work. Anytime that your body has to balance itself, you're really challenging that core. Okay, go ahead and grab your weights. All right, and this time, what's gonna happen is we are going to do our reverse fly, and we're going to come and balance on one leg. So we're going to do 10 on each side, which is gonna make for 20 of these reverse flies. So ready? 1, and you're gonna touch stand in. 2, spreading those toes nice and wide will help. 3, if you're feeling a hard time balancing, you can always just keep that leg on the ground as you lean forward and as you come back up. If you're looking for that extra edge and that extra challenge, go ahead and test, bring that foot up off the ground, and know that every day you're gonna have a different body. So some days the balance is gonna work really well, and some days you might tip a little bit, and that's actually good. It means that you're really challenging your edge and you're trying something a little bit harder than what you already know how to do. All right, we're gonna switch sides. Go ahead and shake that out. I'm gonna bring that foot back. You can start keeping that foot down if you'd like, or if you feel up for the challenge and up for pushing that edge, go ahead and lift that back leg. Again, it's okay to fall. That's how we learn to fly. So as you tip forward and as you lose your balance, really give yourself a lot of credit for being right on that edge and really challenging where you can go today. If you are in a place where that toe is staying down as you are coming forward, you can feel how much work that leg is still doing. Make sure you give yourself credit for that. All right, bringing those feet back together. We're gonna shake it out. Okay, we're coming back to that squat. This time, if you would like to add weights to it, we're gonna just make it a little bit more challenging this time. As we push our weight back on our heels, we're gonna bring our arms up and then crunch to the side. Back and crunch. Back and crunch. Keeping that core strong and engaged, keeping those arms up and strong overhead. Keep breathing, keeping that core strong, keeping that weight back. Feeling a little bit of a shake here. And last one, all right. Go ahead and shake that out and get ready for those push-ups. Heart rate is up now. Okay, we're gonna move into the push-ups. I'm going to, again, progress this one more time. This is something that you can work up to. It might take a few weeks even to want to get to this place, but I just want to show you what it can look like. You can repeat round 1 at any time. You can repeat round 2 at any time, and you can challenge yourself for maybe just a few of round 3 if it feels good, or you can skip it all together. So listen to your body. Today, it might not be the same body as yesterday, and it might not be the same body as tomorrow. So just always listen to what it's telling you you need. Okay, so we've got our push-ups this time. We're gonna progress this even further. Okay, so this time I'm going to have my weights in my hands, and as I push up, I'm gonna bring my weights with me. Really reaching forward, keeping that core really strong and engaged. breathing, making sure that you're taking full, deep breaths. As you're working through these movements, you need oxygen. Two more. Those shoulders are burning. That core is strong. All right, we're gonna walk back. Maybe take a nice arm circle here. Stretch those arms out. And getting ready for our last and final reverse fly. Okay, so this round we're gonna bring this challenge a little bit more as we come forward for the fly, and then we're gonna come up to the front. You can always tap your toe in between or even leave it on the ground as you go through. Keeping that toe close to your body really helps you to catch that balance. And anytime you need that kickstand, just a touch in the middle, go ahead and take it. Feeling those legs work, feeling those shoulders and those back muscles work. Remember, this sequence is designed to progress. So at any time, you can just keep to set number one, where we were just doing just the fly. All right, next side, reverse fly and reach. Remember, if you're a little bit wobbly, if you're a little bit out of balance, it's good. It means you're right on the edge of your comfort zone. You're feeling what it feels like to create change. Real practice is not about reaching the perfection. It's about challenging that next level. And in order for it to challenge that next level, there's no such thing as perfect practice. So invite in all those little wobbles, all those little tilts. All right. We're gonna do side bear crawls. These are designed to get that heart rate up, get the heart rate pumping. We're gonna be using core really strong. We're gonna be using legs and arms really strong. Your bear crawl looks like this. You're gonna put your hands and your feet, you can keep your knees bent, and you're gonna walk over to the side, and you're gonna walk back. For the sake of the video and the sake of the space, I'm gonna do this on the floor. I encourage you to have your hands on a couch as you start, and you're going to move across your couch back and forth, or the counter, or even a wall. This is gonna help you to be able to have that incline support you. The other thing that you can do is just bend those knees slightly as you're on the wall, and as you're moving forward, you're gonna really feel those legs, those arms, that core work. Okay, getting ready. Get on your hands and knees, tabletop position, and go. 30 seconds. Crawling over to the side, and back to the other side. Feeling that core working nice and strong. Keep breathing. We're halfway there already. You're doing great. Back and forth. Feel those hips working. Feel those arms working. All right, we're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Yes, all right. That heart rate is way up. We're gonna start to bring it down. The way we do that is we're gonna move over to our backs for a dead bug. I'm gonna lay down, arms up, feet up. We kind of look like a dead bug. What's gonna happen is like a puppet on the strings. We're gonna alternate. So as the arm goes down, the leg goes down. As the arm goes down, the leg goes down. As we go through this movement, the most important thing is that your back is not arching up off the floor. You want to make sure that your pelvis is tucked in with your back flat on the mat. This will make sure that as you strengthen your core, you're also protecting your back. So even though we're still working here, we're going to be bringing our heart rate down by laying and resting on our back. We're going to do this for 30 seconds. Continue to breathe. Really keep that stomach sucked in, pushing that back down onto the mat. Got 20 seconds done, only 10 more to go. You're doing great. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and let your neck sink into the floor. Feel the floor support you. Let your hands fall open just for a minute. Take a breath. We're gonna take that right leg, cross it up and over the left, just like a figure 4. So we've got an upside down 4 with our legs. We're gonna reach through that area there and use that elbow to kind of just push back gently on the knee. You're gonna feel a big stretch down in your glute. If you need a little bit more of an intense stretch, you're going to use that elbow to really push into the hip. This might be intense enough and you don't need to push any further. So listen to your body. Again, the body that you have today might be a different body than you had yesterday, and it might be different from the body you have tomorrow. So just listen to what your body says today. Switch legs. We're going to switch that figure 4. Left is going to go on the right knee. Leg goes straight up. And we're just going to push into that knee if you need the extra stretch. And just breathe into the stretch here. We're going to do a move called Happy Baby. We're going to grab the outsides of your feet. Just let those hips fall and settle. If it feels good to do a little bit of rocking, you can rock. If you want to just sit here and just let gravity stretch, it feels really good to take the pressure off of your hips. A lot of times it's in our hips that we hold a lot of emotion, so it feels really good to stretch them out. We're going to stretch the outside of the hips now. So we're going to take that right knee and we're going to cross it over the body and try to keep that hip back down towards the floor as you stretch over. If we let the hip fall, we're going to get a little bit more of a twist in our spine, which does feel nice. We'll do that in a minute, but let's start by just stretching out that glute, stretching out that side, keeping those hips towards the floor if you can, and really just getting as much of a stretch as you can here. Now it's okay to release that hip from the floor, give yourself a little twist, and then feel that chest opening up nice and wide. Take a deep breath in and breathe into wherever you feel that stretch. Send your breath right into that stretch. And as you exhale, if you have a little space to stretch further, you can. Breathe really deep into that stretch. And as you exhale, if you want to fall a little bit deeper. Suck your stomach in, bring your leg back to neutral, and we're going to cross the left over your body, trying to keep that hip as much as you can down towards the ground so that you can get that really good stretch all in your glute. Straightening that leg might intensify that stretch. Notice at the beginning, we warmed up by making sure that everything was moving. Now that our muscles are really warm and they've worked for us all of this time, now we can get a little bit more flexibility because we've got warm muscles and we can push them to stretch a little bit further than we ever would be able to when they're cool and at the beginning of a workout. So when you want to gain flexibility, the best time to do that is at the end of your workout. All right, we're going to let that twist just fall a little bit further. Feeling that arm start to stretch, that chest start to stretch. Breathe in really deep, and as you breathe into wherever you feel that stretch. Release any kind of tension that you're holding on to. And as you exhale, maybe fall a little bit deeper. This is where you're going to gain your flexibility. Just breathe into that. All right, bringing your legs back to center. We're going to take our feet so that they're touching, and we're just going to let our knees fall open, hands facing up. We're just going to feel that nice stretch in our hips. All right, we're going to suck our stomach in nice and tight, and then we're going to take our legs and push them out. Heels are touching. We're going to let our toes fall open, hands upward, just resting here. This rest is super important. This is time that your body's coming back in, repairing and rejuvenating all of the work you just did. Your body has just done a lot of work and we've gotten the blood circulating and flowing. This is a really good time to just have some quiet and peace and invite in anything that you're ready to receive. Just listen. Your mind might want to bounce around, but just notice what you hear, what comes into your mind. Acknowledge it and then let it go. Return to your breath. Whenever you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Gently roll over to your side and push yourself up. Reach up for a nice inhale and exhale. Namaste.